Step in my dojo, you
Step in my dojo, you
step in my
Hey, what's up? It's ill.gates. I'm back with some more tips for you musicians out there to help you make impact, to help you spread your music, and to help you get more fans for your awesome art that you worked so hard on. So if you are enjoying these videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff, because I'm trying to make more free content, but I need your support to make it worth it. So please don't forget, just take a second, just click like, click subscribe. If you're on YouTube, click the little bell. It really means a lot. It really makes a big difference for me and for the whole dojo community. And if you want to check out the Producer Dojo, that's my record label and coaching community. It's a thriving community full of musicians like you. There's all kinds of free stuff. You can go get a white belt in the dojo for free right now at producerdojo.com. So be sure to check out producerdojo.com as well. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about looking like a musician. Okay, this is really important. It's important for you to embody the belief that you have in your own art. Okay, it's important for fans, especially when you're on stage, for them to look at you and just feel like, wow, this person was born to be a musician. Okay, you know that you're born to be a musician, but other people, they need to be shown that you were born to be a musician. You need to embody that. You need to step into your power visibly, especially when you're on stage, especially when you're doing a photo shoot. Okay, so there's this concept called enclosed cognition in social psychology that's actually demonstrable through experiment. So social psychology is a field of observational psychology where people will set up different experimental dynamics to see, are X and Y correlated, or does X cause Y? Can we devise an experiment to show causation, or can we make observations and infer? Right? So it's largely observational psychology. You can set up different experiments too, but you're basically trying to look at different factors, different psychological factors, and see what causes what, see what makes people tick. Okay? So one kind of interesting experiment that I learned about is an experiment about this concept, enclosed cognition, that basically social psychologists through many different experiments have found that what you wear determines the role that you play, and it determines your performance ability in that role. So a very interesting experiment that social psychologists devised, they were, many people had made the observation that sometimes women, they thought, were not as good at the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those occupations were typically viewed as male occupations. And, some other occupations such as, the service industry, or being a secretary, or being a domestic worker were typically viewed as female. And people had these observations for many years, and they basically just kind of assumed that there was a truth in these observations. But social psychologists wanted to learn, maybe is there some kind of an experiment that we can set up that will tease apart what it is that is, just a kind of cultural assumption and what is actually true, right? And in one of these experiments that I found really interesting, they had a couple different groups of women. There was what's called a control group, where the variable is not in action. And in this control group, they had a bunch of women in their normal day-to-day outfits come in and take a mathematics test. No experimental variable manipulation. That's just there as a baseline so that we can see if the other variables are causative of the phenomenon that we're observing. All right. So then in another group, they had women come into a math test wearing bikinis. And in another group, they had women come into a math test wearing lab coats. And the hypothesis was that compared to the control group, the women wearing scampy little bikinis, very feminine, revealing, and sort of vulnerable outfit, would decrease their performance at a math test. And wearing lab coats, a not typically feminine and a piece of clothing that would reinforce the idea that they were intelligent and capable, that they had scientific minds, and that it's a uniform of sorts. So they found that compared to the control group, the women in the typically feminine and kind of vulnerability-inducing bikinis did much worse on the test of mathematics than the women who were wearing the lab coats. And they found that women wearing lab coats performed at a very similar level to their male counterparts, thus demonstrating strong evidence for the fact that the difference in male and female mathematics performance was cultural and perhaps not biological. That provided some strong evidence for that hypothesis. Now, this enclosed cognition doesn't just apply to women taking math tests. It can also apply to people who are musicians. If you get up on stage, it is my hypothesis, I have not created an experiment to test this, but I am very confident in this hypothesis, that if you took musicians and you dressed them up as grocery store clerks and had them perform a set, that an audience would score their performances more poorly than the same musicians dressed up in music that made them feel like rock stars, music that made them feel like they were born to be on stage and that they were born to give the performance of their life, right? So many people, especially when they're starting out, they feel kind of like, who am I to have green hair? Who am I to, I'm a guy. I can't wear nail polish, They feel like that there's this fear of what other people think. There's this fear of being ridiculous. This fear of being the nail that sticks up above the rest because you're the first to get hit, right? But you got to recognize now, with your newfound knowledge of enclosed cognition, that competing to be the most normal in a fashion contest is harming your music, okay? You need to let your freak flag fly. Now, putting feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken, but enclosed cognition is real, okay? Enclosed cognition is real. And when you become your musical persona, think about it as becoming a superhero, putting on your superhero uniform. That uniform is not just there so that other people will feel like you are a musician. It's not like a trick, right? It's there so that you will step into your power, that you will stop giving a fuck what other people think, and you will be the musician that you were born to be. So let us know that you believe in your art. Let us know that you believe in yourself. Let us know that you're not afraid. And at the same time, you will be sending that same message to your subconscious. You will be telling your subconscious, I'm a musical superhero. I was born to be on stage. I'm going to kill this photo shoot. I'm going to kill this performance. Some of my best tracks, I started out wearing Halloween masks in the studio. Even though no one else saw, it made me feel like today's studio session was special, that I was a musical superhero ready to do something wild and different and take creative risks. Okay? So when you put on these crazy clothes, when you put on whatever it is that you want to do, you're becoming a superhero. You're revealing a truer level of your authentic self, not just to others, but to yourself. You're stepping up and making today special, making your performance special, making your photo shoot special, making your studio session special, okay? So I believe you can do it. It's fun to express yourself through fashion. It's fun to not give a fuck what people think. It's fun. It's fun. You're going to look good doing it. You're going to make better music. So let your freak flag fly. Wear whatever the fuck you want to wear and step into your power and make the music that you're born to make. All right. So once again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and support what I do. I'm really just trying to make the world a better place. I'm trying to make people liberated in their minds and make better music, because I believe in the power of music for social change. I believe in the power of music to heal people, and I believe in the power of your music. So if you believe in me and my project and the Producer Dojo, please like and subscribe, and be sure to check out producerdojo.com and get your white belt if you haven't already. It's free to get your white belt. You can start getting your learn on every week and checking out some of the awesome other artists in the community, and maybe you'll join the dojo and you can make some music for the record label, or teach for me, or make a sound pack and sell it in the store. Who knows? The future is wide open. All right. Lots of love. Thanks for watching. I'm Ill.Gates. Peace out.